Greetings everybody, Jamie here from Star Riot. Welcome back to Thank Punk, it's Friday! So many great new releases this week. First up, Boston Manor released a new song, Drowned in Gold. It's the first new material from the UK's finest Blackpool quintet since last year's stormer of a debut album, Be Nothing. I wouldn't expect anything less than a stone cold banger from Boston Manor at this point, and they've delivered yet again. Their blend of the pop punk of their early material mixed with the alt rock of Sodage and Be Nothing has served them very well. They're currently the main support on the Kerrang tour, which is in Manchester tonight, or as a music journalist described it to me, Vukovi, Casey, Boston Manor, and an early night. No news on a new Boston Manor album just yet. Apparently they are working on it, but I don't think it's quite finished yet. Hopefully it'll be released sometime next year. Speaking of Casey, they've released a new song called Fluorescence. It's the first track from their upcoming second album, Where I Go When I'm Sleeping. It's a quick follow-up to their debut album, Love Is Not Enough, which came out late last year on Hassle Records. Their second album is due out on March the 16th next year, also on Hassle Records. As I mentioned, they're also on the Kerrang tour. At first I thought Casey might have gone for a new style, there's no screaming at all in the first half of the song, but it kicks in and fans of Casey's first album will be very pleased. Another great British band announcing their second album, Black Foxes, released a new song called Sailor. This from their second album, Ridey, which will also be out on March the 16th. Another quick follow-up, Black Foxes released their debut album, I'm Not Well, last year on Spine Farm Records. Really great band, remind me of Manchester Orchestra quite a lot, which is something that I do not say lightly. They've also announced a UK and European tour in March just after the album comes out. And possibly the hottest British band around at the minute, Creeper, have released a Christmas EP this week. Their cover of Fairy Tale of New York, which was released last week, will be on it, as well as a cover of Blue Christmas and an original Creeper Christmas song. I know a lot of people in the UK will have seen the Theatre of Fear tour by now, but it rolls into Manchester tomorrow, and then after that they've got a hometown headline Southampton date to round off the tour. Really looking forward to seeing them again, as well as Nervous, Can't Swim and Microwave. An incredible lineup. Tiny Moving Parts announced that their sixth album will be called Swell and will be out on January the 26th on Triple Crown Records in the US and Big Scary Monsters here in Europe. They released a single, Caution, last week and announced a US tour. More details on that in last week's episode, go check it out. Camp Cope have announced their second album will be called How to Socialize and Make Friends. Will be out on March the 2nd on Run for Cover Records. They released the first song from it called The Opener a few weeks ago, which is a great song for fans of bands like Cayetana or the Smith Street Band, fellow Melbourne natives, and they sing in very similar accents. Pale Waves have released a video for New Year's Eve. When I say that this band is like a female 1975, I mean that in no disrespect. If you swapped Heather Baron Gracie and put her in the 1975 and then put Matty Healy in Pale Waves, I would not be able to tell you which band was which. So if you're a fan of the 1975, then definitely check these out. Terrible Love have released a new song called First Flowers. This is for fans of bands like Touche Amore, La Dispute, Pianos Become the Teeth, very British, atmospheric post-hardcore. It's from their new EP Doubt Minds, which will be out on January the 19th on Big Scary Monsters. More Big Scary Monsters news, Gender Roles have signed to them and released the song Plastic. This announcement follows on from their EP Planet X-Ray, which was out on Hanger Records at the start of this year. Ducking Punches have released a song called Smoking Spot. It's from their fourth album, which will be out February the 16th on Extra Mile Records. Bad Idea have released their debut EP You're So Cool. This band kind of reminds me of the XX, but if they didn't make minimalist, boring electronica and made lo-fi indie instead. And Lazybones released a new single called Snake. These describe themselves as sounding a bit like Death from Above or the Yeah Yeah Yeahs. They remind me a little bit of early The Horrors as well. And that's all for this week. So much great new music from UK bands this week. It's really great to see UK bands thriving, not just here, but on an international stage. On that note, I want to hear in the comments, who is your favourite UK band currently? Not necessarily a competition. I love all these bands. I think they're all doing incredible things, all doing their own thing as well. They don't all sound the same, which is even better. Thanks for watching, guys. Have fun if you're going to the Kerrang tour or the Creeper tour this week. Let me know if you enjoyed it in the comments below. I'll see you next week, but for now, thank Punk, it's Friday!